I'm tapping in, I'm tapping in, I'm tapping in. Thank y'all for tapping into Yo Cuz podcast, man. Y'all know who it is. It's Cuz on the 1 and 2, man. Thank y'all for tapping in. Man, listen, man. It's Thursday. Y'all already know it's Thursday, man. It's a good Thursday, man. I had a good day. You feel what I'm saying? And just had a blessed day. That's the only thing I can say. YouTube family, I'm gonna just let y'all know this, man. Don't let too many people in your business, man. Because when they get in your business, man, it's all gonna be about you. And I know y'all don't like that. But listen, man, don't let that one fly past y'all. But thank y'all for tapping into Yo Cuz podcast, man. Y'all know what it is. It's Cuz. First thing, y'all for tapping into Yo Cuz podcast, man. Y'all know what it is. It's Cuz. First thing I want y'all to do, I want y'all to like, subscribe, and drop a comment on this episode. We are definitely lit tonight, man. Y'all already know it's Trump. It's all about Trump because Trump just keeps signing papers. He just keeps signing the papers. But listen, man, thank y'all for tapping in, PSA. Let's get to it. Let's go.
I think you probably want to speak about war rather than this, but this is very important. This is very important, and we're doing very well on the war front, to put it mildly, I would say. Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15. And we're going to continue to do well. We have the greatest military in the world by far. And that was a tremendous threat to us for many years. 47 years they've been killing our people and killing people from all over the world. And I think we have great support. And I think if we didn't do it first, they would have done it to Israel and give us a shot if that was possible. And if we didn't terminate the worst deal, one of the worst deals ever made, the Obama nuclear deal, I call it the Obama nuclear deal, where he gave everything to Iran, including a nuclear weapon. It was a road to a nuclear weapon. Bad things would have happened 4 years ago because they would have had a weapon 4 years ago if I didn't terminate that deal. So we're in a very strong position now, and their leadership is just rapidly going. Everybody that seems to want to be a leader, they end up dead. And it's an amazing thing that's taking place before your eyes, because for 47 years we were pushed around, and we shouldn't have been.
Your small business taxes handled. All your unique deductions.
And I think I can say, and you see it as well as I do, you see the tremendous progress that's being made. Their missiles are being wiped out rapidly. Their launchers are being wiped out. They're attacking their neighbors. They're attacking their, in some cases, allies, or not so long ago allies. And, you know, it's really a nation that was out of control, and they would have used it on us if we let them, if we waited any longer. A big factor was Soleimani, the killing of Soleimani in my first term.
I miss y'all.
And maybe the biggest factor was the rebuilding of the military in my first term. And then the B-2s hit the, and I use the word obliterate because it really was, it was a complete obliteration of their nuclear potential. And that set them back very, very seriously. If we didn't hit within 2 weeks, they would have had a nuclear weapon. If we didn't do the B-2 attack a number of months ago, they would have a nuclear weapon. And when crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen. So we're in very good shape now. I want to let you know that, and we will continue forward. But it's a great display of military strength, and I'm very proud to have, with some of the people in the room, both senators and congressmen, we rebuilt, and women, we rebuilt our military during the first term, and we're using it a little bit more than I thought we would have to. Venezuela worked out really great. We have a wonderful relationship with the president and the various representatives, and we're taking out hundreds of millions of barrels of oil, and that goes to our benefit and to Venezuela's benefit. They'll be doing better than they've ever done before, and we will get a big piece of that, and we'll also make life wonderful for the people of Venezuela who have been very, very badly hit. So that's a lot said in a short period of time, but you can witness it for yourself. And now we'll get on to something that I'm very proud of, because it was sort of my idea. Sort of my idea.
Very much so.
Build your own power plant. And everybody thought I was kidding. They said, really? You could do that? How would you do that? I said, we'll get you fast permits, and
I
you'll
knew
build
you
your own
wasn't
plants. But we're going to discuss it in great
I
detail
knew
with the
you
biggest
wasn't
people in the
playing.
industry and some of our great leaders and senators. And congratulations on the Medal of Honor for your 100-year
You hear me?
soldier. 100 years old, 101 to be exact. And Daryl's been fighting that he get the Congressional Medal of Honor for many years, Daryl, right?
Mr. President, I give you all the credit for overcoming the lawyers in the Department of the Navy in a way that I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
nobody
we didn't
could have done
too
it but
long
you.
to go. Maybe it'll be a long. We had to get it to him a little bit quickly, but he looks like he's in good shape. He's got some years left, right?
He's planning to come back here for your next Medal of Honor ceremony. And,
He'll be
he's also going to be the star at Tailhook this
Right.
summer if you want to come to Reno.
Well, I congratulate you for that success. That was amazing. He didn't stop.
Uncle Trump in the
I've known him
building.
a long time. He never stops. So congratulations. Very nice. We're here this afternoon for a historic signing that will help keep down utility bills very, very substantially, and electricity prices for millions of Americans, and in many cases for a lot of people that don't really understand why they're going up, but they're not going to be going up. They're going to be actually going down. Today we follow through on an announcement I made in my State of the Union address.
You already know.
Last week, as America's largest tech companies officially signed the Ratepayer Protection Pledge. It's a big deal.
Trump today, babe.
It's going to have a tremendous impact on electricity costs. We're bringing down all of the costs. We're having this little interlude to do what we have to do because we had it going. But these interludes are very important, especially this one. But the economy has never been like this. We broke 50,000 on the Dow. People thought we wouldn't do that within the first 4 years. We did it in the first year. And we brought 7 on the S&P, 7,000 on the S&P. They said that's even less likely to happen. And we did that too, all within the first year. Under this new agreement, big tech companies are committing to fully cover the cost of increased electricity production required for AI data centers. And that would be prices for American communities will not go up, but in many cases will actually come down and very substantially. Because, the data centers, and you people are so big, you're the biggest in the world, but they've developed a little bit of a bad public, they need some PR help, because people think that if a data center goes in, their electricity prices are going to go up, and that's not happening. It's not going to happen. And for the areas where it did happen, it won't happen anymore.
I can believe that.
Because they never had this alternative.
I can believe that, cuz.
It's actually going to mean the prices come down. You're going to see how badly they want. Some centers were rejected by communities for that, and now I think it's going to be just the opposite. This means that the tech companies and the data centers will be able to get the electricity they need, all without driving up electricity costs to consumers. This is a historic win for countless American families, and will also make our electricity grid stronger and more resilient than ever before. So that's part of it. It's going to be strengthened up, and they're going to be getting a lot of excess electricity from the data centers where they build their own plants. They're going to be creating their own electricity.
This nigga want everybody to do their own
by
electricity.
Speaker Mike Johnson, who's got
this man
to
crazy,
start a podcast with Riverside, all you need is a concept and a way to record it. Here's how it works.
This man
First, go to Riverside.
Crazy, man. This man want us
a
to
difficult job, but he does it as easy as anybody I've ever seen do that job. It's never easy when you have a majority of 2, or sometimes
That's crazy.
less.
I ain't know that.
Wow. I was gonna say, sometimes less. But he's amazing. And Energy Secretary Chris Wright, who's worked so hard, and Senators Katie Britt, Bernie Moreno, John Husted. Thank you, everybody. Really great. Thanks, Katie. Representative Darrell Issa and Derek Van Orden. Thank you both. And Derek, thank you. Nice to see you. OSTP Director Michael Kratsios, AI and crypto czar David Sachs, as well as the commissioners of the Federal Energy Regulation and Regulatory Commission, and an audience. In the audience, you have Laura Swett, David Rosner, Lindsay C., and Judy Chang, all very well-known people, especially in this group of geniuses. We have a lot of geniuses here, and a lot of geniuses that are also very strong people representing labor. We love labor. We love these guys. I also want to recognize the industry leaders here to sign the pledge, and this is a pledge that's going to be a very important pledge to the country and to their companies also. They benefit also very substantially, including President
that's what he's talking about right now,
Google, Ruth Porat. That's a good company. Where's,
you want us to build our own boxes.
Google, that's it. You know, it used to be U.S. Steel and things like that.
That's how
now
they
it's
do
Google,
over Africa, bro.
other places.
You hear me? They got to build everything over there.
Meta, Dina Powell, who was with me. Dina Powell was with me for a long time.
Yeah.
And I called up Mark and I said, congratulations, that was a good hire, right? That was a good hire. She's fantastic, and her husband is fantastic.
You lied, David. She is not fired,
He's a great senator. He ran in a place called Pennsylvania, and he ran against somebody that was very tough to win. It was very, very tough to win.
I hope so, too, because they killed everybody.
Won pretty easily, actually. People were shocked. I wasn't. You and I weren't surprised, were we? But he's a spectacular man.
Facts, bro.
President of Microsoft, Brad Smith. Thank you, Brad. It's good to see you. Microsoft is unbelievable. COO of OpenAI, Brad Lightcap. Brad, where are you, Brad?
Where are you, Brad?
So young. Look at how young. I think you have to be young in that world, perhaps. Thank you, Brad. CEO of Amazon Web Services, Matt Garman. Matt, thank you, Matt. Very well. Say hello to my friend, right? Doing a good job. CEO of Oracle, Clay Mooskwerk.
This nigga done plugged everybody.
Is that fairly good? I don't know. I'm not sure. I usually don't. I just go right over it and I say Mooskwerk. But how are you? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I give you a hard job. It's a hard name. You did good. You did well for the difficulty of that name.
That's right. I think so. Thank you very much. And Gwen Shortwell, of XAI, another
XAI.
real leader. Thank you very much.
Damn,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And say hello, right? To a special person.
I'm wondering the same.
The last administration, their allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in, I say, the history of our country, but they say 48 years. So I'll take either one. It doesn't matter. The press gets very upset when I say the history of our country.
I think so.
They get very angry about it, actually. They say it was only 48 years. I say, you know, in some ways 48 years sounds worse because it's very specific. But it sounds a little worse. But either way, take either one. And the ruinous energy policies were a big reason why many working families' utility bills increased more than 30% during the Biden administration. The worst administration in the history of our country. That's why on day one I declared a national energy emergency. We had no choice but to do that.
He stayed talking about
and signed an executive order to dramatically accelerate construction of new energy infrastructure, which we are doing at record numbers. And we're rapidly bringing down those costs, very rapidly. We inherited a mess. I say it all the time. We inherited a total mess. And in many cases, we've fixed it, but we're fixing it. And we'll always be fixing it. We're going to make it better and better and better. Many Americans are still concerned that the massive energy demand from AI data centers could drive up their electricity bills in the future, and we understand that. By 2035, energy demand is expected to more than triple. Can you believe it? A lot of it is AI, and it's also all these big plants that are being built all over the country.
Who knows? He got money, bro.
From Canada and
He
Mexico,
got money, bro.
from Germany, from Japan,
he got money.
From South Korea.
Nigga, money.
They're all coming here to build cars again. You know, we lost 54% of our car industry because we had presidents that.
Why is everyone using Ninja Transfers?
Ninja Transfers is definitely killing them. The quality.
Honestly, on trade and business, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. I could say the same thing for the chip industry. We lost the chip industry, but it's all coming back. You could have stopped it so easy. All you would have had to do is put a
he lost that.
charge or a tariff
That's
on
25%.
If you wanted to leave the United
China
States, that's fine.
with
You
a
can go to
chip.
Taiwan or anywhere you want. But if you're going to make your product and sell it back in here, you're going to pay 100% or 200 or 300% tariff. And nobody would have ever left, but they missed that opportunity. But it's not going to matter now because it's all coming. They're all coming back. By 2035, energy demand is expected to more than triple. Under the ratepayer protection pledge we're signing today, the big tech companies are making 5 important commitments to keep utility prices down for American consumers. First, these companies are committing to provide or pay for all power generation and electricity needed for their AI projects, which is massive. And where possible, they'll add capacity to the grid by building new power stations. So they're going to be making their own electricity. They're not going to be taking from the grid, and they will actually probably, based on what I'm seeing, they're building overcapacity, and they'll be able to sell that overcapacity at very low prices into the grid.
No sense at all.
In addition to that, we're fixing the grid. Now, if we
You hear me,
didn't do this was,
Welcome to the
I
show,
believe,
y'all.
I
Welcome
don't
to the
know,
show.
nobody's going to challenge you. Won't
Yeah,
challenge me. I
bruh.
think this was my idea. I said, wait
That
a minute,
man said,
we can't.
we're gonna
When
have
I
to
first
make our
got
own
involved with AI, they said,
electricity boxes, bruh.
we will need
For real.
triple the energy. Think of this, triple the energy of what we have now. Some people said double. I said, whether it's double or triple, that's crazy. And that was just
You
for
crazy,
AI.
nigga.
It is incredible.
That nigga gonna
And when
run
you see the
everything
buildings
off
we're
AI,
talking about,
bruh.
you start to understand it. But unless you saw it, buildings that go for
You need
miles,
to do something.
buildings that are so big, buildings that cost $60 billion. I said, you mean $60 million? When I first got involved, they said, we're building a $60 billion building. I said, you mean 60 million? 60 million is a big building. It's not that big, but it's pretty big nowadays.
You think it's 60
They
billion?
said, no, sir,
You
we're
know
going to
it's
spend
not that
60
big,
billion,
bro.
but now it's like 100 billion and 150 billion. And the bottom line, it takes electricity like nobody's ever seen before. And I said, well, with an old grid, even if we fix
He's
it
a
really well,
hustler,
which we're in the
sis. I'm
process of
telling
doing,
y'all,
you can't
man.
take that and double our electricity. They're going to have to build it themselves. And
Make another-
I told Mark,
don't know.
I actually told Mark,
We
I
don't
told
know, cuz we don't make no
Elon, I
motherfucking
told
electricity
people,
boxes.
nobody believed me. They said, you're going to let us build our own electricity? Because they've been so used to being beaten down
It's killing the
and to have people with no ideas how to solve problems, and then the whole thing fails. It's a whole disaster. They said, no, I'm serious.
That's the plot and
In one
plan.
case, they
You
submitted
hear
plans,
shit?
and they didn't do what I told them. And when I called them, I said, why don't you have your plant here? We thought you were kidding. Are you serious? You really? They couldn't believe it. In a good way. They said, it's too good to be true.
Man.
And I said, no, it's not. And here's the other thing. You'll have your approvals within 2, 3, or 4 weeks.
Man, do
It
y'all
used to
hear
take
that?
20 years to get it prior to rejection. So in other words, you go 20 years
No, he not talking
prior
stupid,
to rejection.
bruh.
They
No,
vote.
he not.
I've known many plants where they've been, I knew people, they started off young.
No, he not,
They were
bro.
young trying to get approvals for a stupid plant, one plant. Their whole life was devoted to getting this plant. And around 22 years, in one case, 22 years later, he got rejected. I said, that's not good. He wasted, let's say, half of his working life on getting an approval, and he didn't get. Now we get it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks.
Yes, he will.
When I came in originally in my first term, we had 2 big LNG plants in Louisiana. They were in the 14th year of getting approvals, and they had just been rejected. And I got involved. They were tremendous plants. They're up now. They're working beautifully. They built the third
crazy,
one.
Mo.
They're magnificent. I mean, if you like pipes, this is a plant. The whole thing is, you look inside, all it is pipes. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's like lying 2 or 3 Empire State Buildings on their side and doing nothing but putting pipes into it. So I didn't know exactly what it represented. All I knew is this is what they needed. So I got involved. The first one I got done in 1 day. The second one, I was a little bit slower that week, and it took me 1 week. So I got the first one done in 1 day, got fully approved. And when they called up the head, and I didn't want anything. I don't want anything for myself. I want it for the country. When they called up the head of a company like a Microsoft or like any one of the people in this room, but they called up the heads
Nigga
They
ain't do
said,
shit
no,
for
we got
us.
rejected. No, you just got
Nothing,
approved.
bruh.
It was one day and 1 week,
Ain't
and
do
they were
nothing
built,
for us, bro.
and
He
they're
ain't
in
for
your
us.
state, by the way, right? And they are big.
What's up,
If
brother?
you're looking to learn how to trade, a community is very important. And I've
Trump ain't do
joined
nothing
previous.
for us, man.
And they're doing great, right? And there are lots of pipes, right? That's
What's up,
all I
bro?
noticed. I said, I've never said
Welcome
anything
to
like
the
that.
show.
Anyway, so for these companies committing to provide or pay for all power generation electricity needed for their AI projects, where possible, they will add capacity to the grid. They're going to be adding a lot of capacity, and I think it's going to be really, and I've seen some power plants. I'm actually more interested in the power plant than I am in information.
No, I
I
don't.
said, where do you make the money for this?
No way.
They said, information.
Do you?
I said, okay, that's
Do you?
good. That's got to be a lot of information, though, right? And it's turning out to be true. David, it better be true, because you got a big bet. This country has a big bet on it.
I don't even
But
think Obama
it's
was doing anything for the
it's
black.
incredible what they're
He
doing and what
wasn't.
they're coming up with. Second, they'll cover the costs of
All
upgrading
of them
existing
like
power
that.
delivery
Ain't just him
infrastructure
or
and their
Obama, all
energy
of them like
demand
that. It's about
as it
this.
requires further investment. So they'll be upgrading existing power delivery infrastructure. They will, third, negotiate separate rate structures with utilities to clearly and cleanly assign them to the costs of new capacity investments and commit to paying even if they do not end up using all of that electricity. They're going to make a commitment. So we're going to have a situation where you're not going to have increased electric bills for homes that are in the area or even outside of the area. And fourth, they'll invest in the local communities where they build and operate, provide workforce development and jobs for skilled Americans like those with us today. We have great skilled people, electricians,
That nigga don't care about
engineers,
no race,
HVAC
bruh.
technicians,
He care about the
server
money.
and
He don't care
network
about no
technicians,
race,
power
bruh.
plant workers,
No
plumbers,
race.
welders, and
He
many
don't care
others,
about
all
black,
people that
white,
I've hired. All my
Asian,
life I've been
African.
hiring
He
you
don't care about
guys,
none of that
and
shit.
you've done a great job. I built a lot of buildings, a lot of good ones.
You
And
heard me
finally,
say
they will
he
use
built a lot
their
of buildings,
infrastructure
a
to
lot of
contribute
good
back
ones.
up power to local grids during times
these
of need.
presidents care
So
for
they're going to have a lot of
rich
backup
folks.
power. We're going to
Yes,
have a lot of
right,
excess. Basically, we're building massive
right.
amounts of electricity, and you're not paying for it at all. And the companies want to do it because this way they can, otherwise they couldn't build. I mean, the option really was not about cost, it was about there's no way of possibly taking the old grid and doubling it in a matter of months or
He
years.
ain't racist, bruh.
So
He
in
don't
short,
care about
America's
none of that.
largest and
He
richest
care
tech
about the
companies will
money.
be funding
Listen
a
to him. He
colossal
talk about
expansion
money.
of U.S. energy.
Billions and billions
We'll
and
have, I
trillions. That's
read,
what he talk
where
about.
China is building tremendous energy. I know, you got to
You hear?
respect it. But
I
we're
can't
building
stand that orange
similar
one.
amounts. We're building what we need, and we're building it through the private sector. We're building it through great companies, and I've seen some of the plants
A sister
that
guy act
these
like a clown.
geniuses,
That's
they are real
him.
geniuses, are
He don't care
showing.
about that shit.
And I say, wow, that's really great. You're
bully.
really doing things in terms of technology
But
with
they say
electricity
his father
that,
was the
frankly,
same way,
the
though.
standard, wonderful power companies probably aren't going to be getting there. Maybe as you build them, they'll be start. But some of the plants that I've seen, Dina, are absolutely unbelievable. So they're going to be producing massive amounts of electricity and energy. The
This shit
grid,
crazy.
so the American consumers aren't going to have to even think about it. And your electric costs are going to be going down. Now, unfortunately, it'll take a little time to get there. So they'll say, well,
right.
You know,
You don't care.
I don't know who's going to follow me, but whoever is going to follow me is going to have some big advantage. You know, it happened with Biden where we got a lot of approvals for things, but they take statutorily a year or 2 years. And I got one on medicine that was good, not as good as favored nations, which we just got. That's 80 and 90% drops, okay? Nobody's going to believe it. But I got one on various medicines, and it was good, but it doesn't kick in for 2 years. I said, I hope I win this election because I'm going to get so much credit. And the election was rigged and stolen.
Yeah.
And he stood up there one day getting credit. He didn't even know what the hell he was talking
That
about.
man, boy, everybody
He got
talking
the
about
credit.
him, but
he
he
was talking
doing
about
it.
how he did this, and
Doing
he had no idea what he was talking about, but we were the ones that got it. And I hate that. So this is going to happen again because somebody's going to be getting a lot of credit into the future. But this is really the pretty pretty current future. This is going to go very quickly. This is going to happen almost immediately. The United States is leading the world in AI by a lot. We're leading China. We're leading everybody by a lot. Without this, you wouldn't even, I don't think you could build, Brad, you couldn't build a plant, right? Without this, I don't think you could, you'd have to rely on the grid, and you wouldn't be able to do that. So the United States is leading by a lot. We're leading everybody. And it's not only, other countries are very much into it. They all want it. But we're going to be dominant in this field, which is very important. In crypto, we want to be dominant. We want to be dominant in everything we do. And this agreement will ensure that America can maintain the most advanced AI infrastructure on the planet without American families being forced to pick up the tab. And that's why the early ones, they hook up to the electric utilities and they can't produce
you do that all the time.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Kind of numbers, electric-wise, that they want, and they end up raising the rates. It's not going to happen anymore, and now it's going to go the opposite way. They'll make a lot of money, and electric rates, we actually think they're not going to stay. I think they're going to actually, Chris, they're going to actually come down. So your electric bills will actually come down. It'll take a little while, but not long. So this new strategy, never tried before in any country, will pave the way for continued American dominance in energy and technology working together. So you're going to have great energy sources because you're going to build them yourself, and if they're not good, you'll make them a little bit bigger and better, right? But again, a lot of people, it took me 6 months to convince people that I was serious about this. And we have a very big key to what we're doing is Lee Zeldin. He's in charge of the Environmental Department and Energy. And the job he's done is incredible, getting you fast approvals. So some of the plants are starting and they're coming in. I say, Lee, 2 weeks for natural gas. Don't worry about wind. Forget it. It's worthless. You don't get approvals for wind. We don't do wind in this because it's a loser.
That man ain't going nowhere.
Except for China. They make all the windmills. China makes all the windmills. The only problem is they don't have wind farms. You ever think somebody's going to have to look at that? How many wind farms have you seen lately in China? They make the windmills. They sell them to the suckers over in Europe. Europe is buying them by the thousands. And I told them for 3 years this is not going to work out well. And now they're saying I was right. But we are, I say, natural gas, clean, beautiful coal. We don't ever say in the Trump administration you're not allowed to use the word coal unless you precede it by saying clean, beautiful. And Chris made a beautiful speech about 3 weeks ago. And he took me very, very seriously. And every time it was about coal. And every time he mentioned coal, it'd say, clean, beautiful coal, clean, beautiful coal, clean, beautiful. I said, Chris, easy. It sort of stepped in the speech a little bit. It was a little much, but we got the point across. That coal is clean and beautiful. Well, look, it's so many of the nations that are working are using coal, and you can do things with coal today that are incredible in terms of the environment and in terms of cleanliness. But I said 2 weeks for oil and gas, coal, and for nuclear power plant, maybe take 2 or 3 weeks. You can add on an extra week. But Lee Zeldin has done an amazing job in getting you all of the permits that you need, because normally that would take many, many years, and they're already building the plants. They're being built all over the country, and they are incredible. So with that, I'll introduce Chris Wright, who's we were lucky to get him. Doug Burgum convinced me he was the best guy. I wanted Doug Burgum for his position. And because I'm very impressed with Doug, he's doing a fantastic job. He said, there's somebody that's better than me on energy. I said, a guy named Chris Wright. He's the biggest in the industry. He's the smartest. He's the best. I say, really? He's better than you? And Doug has a very big ego. So for him to say that was not easy. But I met Chris, and it was sort of love at first sight. He has done some job, and so has Doug. We gave him interior where they have all the oil, and we gave him energy where they take it, right? So we sort of did a friendly merger without going through Congress, because if we went through Congress, it would never get done unless the Speaker wanted to get it done, in which case it would be all right. So, Chris, you could say a few words, please?
You bet. First of all, thank you all for being here today. The reason we're here and the things that are going to happen are because of the people in this room. I want to thank you, Mr. President, for your leadership. Very early on, I mean, first week, I'm in my new job. I haven't had a boss in 40 years, and I'm in the Oval Office adjusting to this, and the President says to me two things very clearly. He says, number one, we have to lead in AI. We have to lead. This is a transformative technology. America must lead in AI, and the old energy policies that were going on would not lead in AI. We need to lead in AI. Number two, the government's a bureaucracy. It's always in the way of things. It's been in the way of AI. We've got to run the government like a business. The businesses who want to invest are our partners and get them here right away, and we've got to work with those partners. And boy, we have 7 incredible leaders in the room today. We're going to win in AI, and we're going to stop the rise in electricity prices because of the 7 leaders that are sitting around this table.
Y'all hear this?
The President said you're going to work with them like business leaders. Ultimately, this is
AI
not a negotiation where one side wins and one side loses. We have the same interests. The interest of the businesses is to be embraced by the communities so they can build and develop data centers in their communities. Those data centers that are developed there are going to bring jobs and opportunities for people. They're going to have us lead in artificial intelligence. Critical for our economy,
it's all about the money,
for our national
it's all about the
defense,
money.
and critical for our security.
All about the money.
The nation that leads in AI will be the military superpower. That has been and must remain the United States of America. But this is a pivot and this is a transformation. And it's the bold leadership of the President and the bold long-term vision of the business leaders that I am very proud to call partners and friends around this table, that have invested that money, that have developed those technologies, that are willing to invest those dollars, and are also willing to fix the biggest problem.
If your resume looks like this, you're not getting hired. This layout, no structure, no order, it's just too chaotic.
We had 30% electricity price rises during the Biden administration, and we shrunk our amount of available dispatchable electricity. That is a train wreck waiting to happen. And the President recognized from the start, we have to lead in AI and we have to stop electricity price rise. And those are not in contradiction. These companies are smart, they're powerful, they're strong, they can build power, partner with them. And that's exactly crazy. All of them embraced it, all of them have spent money to these noble causes. And as we heard, a number of states that have partnered with the people on this table have announced multi-year rate freezes. Indiana's the leader now and the first one filing for a rate reduction. But it is the partnership of these companies and a business focused on government, focused on the American people, that is the transformation. But I could not be more proud to be here. I've got to thank also our FERC commissioners that are here. FERC is a noble regulatory agency that just got bureaucratic and lived in a different time and a different age. We need to make things happen fast.
Could they stand up?
Yes, can all the FERC commissioners stand up?
Because, you know, they're the most powerful people in the country. And
he hurting us, man. People ain't smart enough. That's why they bring it AI.
I have had more people
because
say,
people
you know
ain't
FERC?
smart enough.
I said, do I know FERC?
So
What about FERC?
the
And I
money.
learned so much about you, and you are the most powerful people in the country. So we want to be very nice to you. Please get us approvals. Please get us those approvals, okay? Thank you all very much.
No
Thank you.
The FERC team has worked hard, smartly, and practically to enable the revolution that's going to happen. America leading in AI and stopping the price rises. Thank you all so much. And boy, one of the other things I'm crazy lucky about is to work as a partner with a guy who has the hardest job in the world and does it with a smile, does it with charm, and does it with grace. Speaker Mike Johnson.
That's crazy, man.
Well, thanks so much, Mr. Secretary. Thanks to you all. It's a great honor to be here with the leaders of tech and industry, the FERC commissioners. They are so very important, and all these folks who help all this happen. Look, only President Trump has the gravitas to be able to assemble the leaders of all these great companies in one room, and also to conceive of an idea like the Ratepayer Protection Pledge. This is an idea whose time has come. I think it's going to be so well received around the country because, let's be honest about it, there are concerns that people have had. There's a lot of misinformation out there, Mr. Secretary, about the rise in energy demand and what that's going to mean for our communities. So it is so meaningful to have leaders, the titans, to come in and say, everybody be calm. This is going to be great. It's actually going to be better going forward.
Yes.
Not only is America going to stay on top and lead and be the strong superpower that we are, we're going to continue to lead on AI. We're going to continue to make the communities better. I'm in the state of Louisiana. A lot of this is happening in Louisiana, Mr. President. It's not just a bunch of beautiful pipes. It's also data centers. And Matt is doing a big one. And, of course, Amazon's working in Louisiana and Stack and so many of the other companies. And our communities are so grateful to have that investment and also grateful because they're coming in as great corporate partners, community partners. And they're acting responsibly. They're helping to build out the energy grid. And they're making life better, not just with good-paying jobs. They're actually making life better in these communities and in our states. And so we're so grateful for that. I like what you said a moment ago. This is a win-win-win across the board. You have everybody who's come to the table in good faith under the leadership of this extraordinary president to make this happen for the country. It's at the perfect time. Trust is not given by communities and local stakeholders. It's built over time. And I think this pledge is a huge part of building that important foundation for the future. America's back, Mr. President. I'm so excited about that. Excited to be a part of this. Thanks so much for letting us be in. Yeah.
I think we'll go with John. Is that all right? John Houston?
Thank you, Mr. President. In places like Ohio, this is a very, very big deal. I know that you know well that if we want to have economic dominance and national security dominance, we need to have technological dominance. And AI and data centers are a big piece of that. And I know that the American people want to win. They want to win this just like you do. We want to be superior to our challengers like China. We want to have AI dominance because that helps give our military, our manufacturing, everybody across the country needs AI dominance if America wants to win. And I know that you're the leader of the America First agenda. You want America to win, but so do the people in places like Ohio, but they're concerned about energy prices, right? They know that they like those folks out there, the construction trades that build these, the plumbers, pipe fitters, HVAC, electricians, the people that build the power plants, the laborers, the Boilermakers, like these are working people in places like Ohio that do amazing work to build the data centers, to build the power plants, but people just are worried about their energy prices. And what you're offering today with this roundtable with the Ratepayer Protection Pledge, Mr. President, is great leadership because this solves the problem.
It's never been easier to start a podcast than with Riverside. Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.fm and
people were worried about. And as the data centers build new power plants, it leads to energy stability, affordable, reliable electricity for American ratepayers, helping them win the affordability battle that you're leading on behalf of this great team that you've assembled. And I just want to say thank you for your leadership on this.
Thank you very much, John. And I hear you're doing very well in your race. He's running for a very important seat in a great state that I like a lot. It's always been good to me, and it's going to be good to you, and it has been good to you. So good luck with that. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. President.
You're going to do good. Michael, please.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. You have been talking about this issue beginning as early as the campaign. In July, when we released the AI Action Plan, this was a focal point of the speech you gave. Talked about it again at the State of the Union. So this is a culmination of this idea that you've been working on for quite some time. And the key to all of this is that American AI leadership should never come at the cost of hardworking Americans' ability to pay their electricity bills. And Frontier AI that all of these great companies work on every day, along with the data centers that underlie them, are going to accelerate scientific discovery. They're going to unlock economic efficiencies. They're going to enable entire new industries to support the prosperity of all Americans. And to continue to lead in AI, these great companies need to make new data centers. We need new fabrication capacity. We need new manufacturing facilities, and we need new power plants to be able to do all of this great work. And today, through this pledge, we are challenging all these companies to think bigger when it comes to data center construction by identifying ways that we can drive down the overall electricity cost, to ultimately strengthen grid resilience, and to create more American jobs in the communities that choose to build all of these data centers. By signing this pledge, all these companies here are making themselves accountable to you, Mr. President, and to the American people as they strengthen their commitment to benefiting the communities in which they build and they operate. We as an administration are using every tool at our disposal to ensure that the U.S. can build and maintain the largest, most powerful, and most advanced AI infrastructure anywhere on the planet. And today we recognize that building the future requires massive amounts of reliable energy. And I'm grateful to you, Mr. President, for acting so decisively to ensure that the growing demands of energy that we have are never passed to the American households. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dina?
Thank you, Mr. President. It's such an honor to be with you today. I also want to thank your outstanding team for partnering with us. You know, it's been remarkable to watch this transformational moment and you positioning America to lead. Our country has had very big transformational movements before, whether it was coming together, World War II, or the Industrial Revolution. But this is different. The next 3 years, in many ways, sir, are the whole game. And those 3 years, while you are president, you have positioned us to win. You have not only made sure that energy dominance is a key to how we will succeed in the compute needs we need, but you've also done something very important. You've made us all know that it's not about the products, it's about the people. And at Meta, we are so proud of the jobs that we are creating, whether it is in Louisiana or in Ohio. So proud that it's not just extraordinary engineers. It is pipe fitters, it is welders, it is electricians. And I'm particularly proud today to announce that partnering with Senator Moreno and Senator Husted, we have launched a pilot in Ohio to train fiber technicians, some who are in this audience actually today, a very important skill set needed to build data centers. This 4-week program is a new curriculum. When you graduate, you have a license to be a fiber technician and a guaranteed job with Meta. We are also extremely proud to sign the ratepayer pledge today.
Y'all. We in
In
trouble.
Louisiana, as the speaker just said,
y'all know Meta
we have
run
been able
everything.
to lower the cost
All social
of
media.
so many Louisiana payers, energy payers, an estimated $650 million over 15 years. So we are proud to say today that we want to fully cover the cost of the energy that we use in our data centers, create jobs and opportunity. But more than anything, sir, we are really proud that we're going to look back and have had the privilege to work with you and know that America won at such a critical time and that we did it really working with the American worker and so many others. So thank you, sir. Proud to be here with you.
So nice. Thank you very much.
I also want to say, sir, I forgot to say it. You know, it was 10 years ago, way before we were talking about AI, that you said there is honor and dignity in plumbers and in workforce skills training, and you asked Ivanka, as you know, to chair that. 10 years later, we could not have imagined how much we needed all of those jobs and those programs, and you marshaled the entire government to do it. That is having an impact in cities across the country. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Dan. Ruth, please.
Losing your hair? Tired of hiding and looking older than you really are? With Bosley, you can get your real hair back.
Thank you, Mr. President. Google is grateful for all that you and your administration are doing to secure America's continued leadership in AI.
You got Google
and to your
in
point,
too. We got Meta
it must
and
be
Google
powered
in.
by abundant and affordable energy if it is to benefit all Americans. I'm pleased to be here to underscore Google's support for the Ratepayer Protection Pledge. We're committed to assist in all of your work to support American households, American businesses in this exceptional era of innovation. So 4 brief points how we will deliver on this for Americans.
Oh, you got
First,
Meta there and
adding to
Google?
energy
Oh
capacity.
my God.
Consistent with your call
We in
to build,
trouble.
bring, or buy energy. We will meaningfully invest across America to bring new energy online, as you have stressed so frequently, to deliver the self-sufficiency that is core to this pledge. In Texas alone, we've contracted to add more than 7,800 megawatts of net new energy generation and capacity to the grid as we grow our data center footprint. And very much to your point, we're committed to continuing to invest to add capacity where we build. And to that end, we will very shortly close on an acquisition of Intersect Power, which is going to enable us to build data centers right next to those new additional power generation capabilities where possible. Second, To protect American ratepayers, we're committed not only to pay for 100% of the energy we use, but very importantly, the infrastructure to support that growth, whether or not we end up using that energy. And I think one example that brings that to life, I recently had the privilege of being in Arkansas with Governor Sanders, and our energy partner there, Entergy, announced that Google's investment covers the full energy costs associated with powering our data center, which contributes more than $1 billion back to Arkansas customers to reduce their electricity costs. I think this is precisely what you were saying we need to do more of, and we're committed to doing that.
Or $1 billion,
Third, I get very excited about the topic of workforce development, very much to your point, and the important topic of job creation. Every one job that we create in a Google data center gives rise to an additional 9 jobs in the communities in which we are building that data center. Those are high-skilled construction jobs, electrician jobs, represented by so many of the amazing people here today. It's also jobs across the community, in schools, in restaurants, with small businesses. And we announced, in fact, last week that we're providing free AI professional training for all small businesses across America. And given the clear need for electrical workers in America, we're particularly proud of the work we've led to create an electrician training program. And we're committed to train 100,000 electrical workers and 30,000 new apprentices across the country. On top of that, we're excited about significantly growing these programs. We've heard the pledge. Finally, Mr. President, as you said,
it's wireless.
I'm tapping in. Man, listen, man. Y'all just seen it all. And y'all just heard it all of what's going on, man. Uncle Trump want us to build our own electricity so they could flip that shit off AI, right? If you ain't hip, you better get hip. It's not a game. You feel me? It's not a game. If y'all not hip, you better get hip. You hear me? But listen, man, I got another one for y'all, man. Hold up. I got another one for y'all, man. Lord have mercy. Uncle Trump doing anything. Uncle Trump is doing anything. So this one right here is that Trump let the 2025 Major League Soccer Championship team into the White House and fed them and gave them everything, man. Tap in. When I mean Trump doing anything he want to do, Trump doing anything he want to do. I ain't gonna waste no time. Roll the J's up, pour that drink, because we definitely lit tonight on the Yo Cuz podcast. Let's get it. What happened? No more sound. What happened to the sound? Hold up, y'all. What happened to the sound? There we go. Y'all know who about to walk through the door. Uncle Trump. This was the day, y'all. This was the day at the White House. He got the whole Major League Soccer team in there. You hear me? They probably happy as a mug to be in that White House right now. You know, they never probably been in the White House, bro. You hear me? They probably happy as a mug, bro. Like, real talk. There you go.
It's great to be here. Champions. We like champions. We like winners. And we got a lot of them here today. Too many to introduce. A lot of them are political champions. And We don't care about them today, right? Right, Duffy? But we have, most importantly, wonderful people that love our country. And before we begin, I think I will say a few words about what's going on with respect to our operation in the country of Iran. The United States military, together with the wonderful Israeli partners, continues to totally demolish the enemy far ahead of schedule and at levels that people have never seen before, actually. We're destroying more of Iran's missiles and drone capability every single hour, knocking them out like nobody thought was possible.
This nigga's supposed to be
As
talking
soon
about
as they
the
set off a
Southern
missile within
Championship.
4 minutes,
This nigga talk about the war,
the
man.
launcher
Come on,
gets hit.
y'all. Come on, y'all.
They
Stop
don't know
it.
what's happening.
Stop it. Is
But
this
we have the
crazy or
greatest
what, y'all?
military anywhere in the world. Their Navy is gone.
Listen.
24 ships in 3 days. That's a lot of ships.
Hey, y'all.
Their
This nigga brung the soccer team to the White House.
weapons are gone.
You talk about what
So
he
they
did.
have no air force. They have no air defense.
I'm tired of all this
All
shit.
of their airplanes are
I'm
gone.
tired. I'm tired.
The communications are gone. Missiles are gone. Launches are gone. About 60% and 64% respectively. Other than that, they're doing quite well. I said, what's left? But they're tough and they want to fight. And they're calling, they're saying, how do we make a deal? I said, you're being a little bit late. And we want to fight now more than they do.
Layer.
We've had
You
47
mean liar,
years,
liar,
depending on the
liar,
way
bro?
you count it. But 47 years of horror with this group. And, you know, when you see somebody walking down the street without their legs, without the arms, whose face is so badly affected and hurt, it mostly came from 95% Soleimani and Iran. And we, other presidents, lived with it. I didn't live with it. And so our people are doing a great job.
Whoa. What's that?
That
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys,
Again, the greatest military anyone's seen. Thank you. Thank you very much. And yesterday, my administration announced decisive action to help keep down the oil prices, including offering political risk insurance for tankers transiting into the Gulf. As you know,
Yeah,
pretty
man, that
dangerous
man's
territory.
alive, bro. I'm telling you.
Further action to reduce pressure on oil is imminent, and the oil seems to have pretty much stabilized. We had it very low.
No, for real.
But I had to take this little detour, if it's okay with everybody. Scott, it's okay with you? Scott's the one who has to put up with it. He said, you have to do this now? I said, I have to do it, Scott, right?
It's amazing.
But it's been very strong, and everybody,
No, for
including
real.
Scott, everybody feels we had really no
No,
choice.
for real.
They were going to hit us if we didn't hit them, because they're crazy.
No, you
And
crazy.
in the long term, the actions we're taking will dramatically increase the stability of the region and oil prices and stock markets and everything else. You know, we set the all-time record in history with the Dow going to 50,000. So Dow is at 50,000. It was supposed to be maybe, if we were lucky, within by the end of my presidency in 4 years. And we did it in my first year. We did the S&P 500. We did that in a period of less than a year. And that was even tougher than the Dow, they said, so it wasn't going to happen. But we have a great country. We have a country that's never done this well. We've had tremendous success in so many different ways. I built the military and rebuilt it in my first term, and we're using it more than I'd like to use it, to be honest with you. But when we used it, we found out it certainly did work. When we look at Venezuela, when we look at the first attack, Midnight Hammer, in Iran, which really set the stage for what we're doing right now. It's been pretty amazing. And I'm once again calling on all members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, the military and the police to lay down their arms. They're only going to be killed. And now is the time to stand up for the Iranian people and help take back your country. You're going to have a chance after all these years to take back your country. Accept immunity. We'll give you immunity. And we'll be giving you really the right side of history, because that's what it is. So you'll be perfectly safe with total immunity, or you'll face absolutely guaranteed death. And I don't want to see that. They don't want to see it either. We also urge Iranian diplomats around the world to request asylum and to help us shape a new and better Iran with great potential. It's a country with great potential. There's much better future for Iran. It's now beginning. It's going to be, I think, a great future. And the United States will ensure that whoever leads the country next, Iran will not threaten America or its neighbors, Israel, anybody. If you look at what happened, they had missiles aimed at all of these other countries, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, many others, that weren't really involved very much, and they had missiles aimed. Well, they were aimed there long before this ever started. They were going after the entire Middle East, and then we came along. We blew up their party. So we have
this
phenomenal
nigga got
people. I want to thank all of the people that have been involved.
Soccer team in the
you've been doing
back
a
of him, and he
fantastic
talking
job.
about bombs and shit.
And you've been doing a fantastic job on a place called Cuba.
That's crazy, bro.
Right?
Not painful.
And A-Rod came in before. I said, hey, do you want to come up to a little award? He's gone to plenty of award ceremonies. Thank you, A-Rod. Big fan. But what's happening with Cuba is amazing. And we think that we want to finish this one first, but that will be just a question of time before you and a lot of unbelievable people are going to be going back to Cuba. Hopefully not to stay. We want you back, and we don't want to lose you. We don't want to make it so nice that they stay. But some people probably do want to stay. They love Cuba so much. I hear it all the time. That was another one that wasn't supposed to happen. Venezuela is going great. It's been stabilized. We have a wonderful person as your president-elect, Delcy Rodriguez, and she and her staff have been doing a fantastic job working with us.
Yes,
We're taking out hundreds of millions of barrels of oil, and it's going to Houston and various other places where it's being refined. And
don't follow his rules
we're
and
sending them
regulations,
back
nigga, he
far
going to
more
war.
money than they've made in many years, and actually very shortly it'll be more money than they've ever made.
If you don't follow my rules and
And
regulations,
Venezuela is
we going to
working.
war.
So we've had a lot
He's a bully.
countries in places that truly love. You would say football, I would say soccer, but these are all countries that love football/soccer, and so I think the group likes it. And if you'd like, you could sit. I know I'm a very exciting speaker, but you can sit down if you'd like, okay? I'm looking at everybody standing. I'm saying, let's sit down. Because we're here to honor these great champions, and we want to take our time, right?
But you were just talking about war, though, bro. That's crazy.
Let's get to the reason that we're here, and it's a beautiful reason because we're honoring truly talented people. Today, we're thrilled to host the 2025 MLS Cup champions, Inter Miami.
So great.
Great
What's
job.
so great, bro? What's so great? That he's moving on?
And it's my distinct privilege to say what no American president has ever had the chance to say before. Welcome to the White House, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi is, my son said, Dad, you know who's going to be there today? I said, no. I got a lot of things going on.
Yes, you do.
He said, Messi. I said, really? He's a big fan. He's a big fan of yours. He thinks you're just a great person, and I think you got to meet a little while. So he's a big soccer fan, but he's a tremendous fan of yours. And a gentleman named Ronaldo. We have Cristiano is great. You're great to play some big champions, some great athletes in that sport, and people that really they really love what they're doing, and they're doing it well.
What's up, brother?
And it's an honor for us and everybody at the White House to be honoring you today. So congratulations as well to co-owners Jorge and Jose Mas. Who came from Cuba, right? Originally from Cuba. Huh? Your parents came?
He ain't gonna
You're
talk
go
about that
back?
though.
Oh, yeah,
That ain't
yeah.
even a
It's
conversation
gonna be
for him. You know that.
And you won't need my approval. You just fly back in when I can just see that. It's
I
going to be a
love
great
God,
day,
too.
right? We're going to
You
celebrate
already
that
know.
separately. I just want to wait a couple of weeks. I wanted to wait a couple of weeks, but we'll be together again soon, I suspect, celebrating what's going on in Cuba. They want to make a deal so badly, you have no idea. As well as head coach, who I hear is a phenomenal coach, Javier Mascherano. Where's your coach? I've heard he's a great coach. Well, anybody who wins is a good coach in my book, but I heard you're a hell of a coach. And all of the tremendous players that are just amazing. We're also grateful to be joined by the MLS Commissioner, Don Garber. Don, where are you, Don? Stand up, Don. Good job. Good job. As well as proud Miami sports fan, Secretary of State. I'm telling you, he's going to go down as the best Secretary of State in the country's history, Marco Rubio. I don't want him to get too popular. It's true. I don't want him to get too popular. You know, when they get too popular, all of a sudden you see, where's Marco? He's not around anymore. I don't see him. He's doing some job, and your next one is going to be, we want to do that special Cuba. He's waiting, but he says, let's get this one finished first. We could do them all at the same time, but bad things happen.
Yes.
If you watch countries over the years, you do them all too fast, bad things happen. We're not going to let anything bad happen to this country. Also with us are Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's a terrific person and fan. And she's proving how tough she is, and I think the next 3 years she's going to really prove it, right? Huh? Like these people. Secretary Scott Bessent, Lori Chavez de Rima, and Sean Duffy. Thank you, everybody. What a great team. And U.S. Trade Representative who's done incredible deals, unbelievable, Jamison Greer. Thank you, Jamison Greer. And our country has never been bigger, better, richer, or stronger, and the deals we're making are unbelievable. And a lot of it's because of the tariffs, and a lot of it's because of everything else. We had a little complicating factor with tariffs the other day with the Supreme Court. They did the wrong thing, but it didn't make any difference because we have another way of doing it. They always have to make it the hard way. Do you know about that? You always have to.
Thank you for the
like
like,
that?
bro.
It's always got to be the difficult way, right?
Thank you for the like.
Huh? Makes you work harder, right? But we're doing great. Our country is doing incredibly well. It's never done like this. It's, I was with the King of Saudi Arabia. He said,
bless Trump
a year and a half ago, we thought your country was dead, would never come back. And now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world, which was sort of cool. I'll relate that story. But many leaders say the same thing. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world. 2025 was the record-shattering season for Inter Miami, beginning last summer at the historic FIFA Club World Cup, hosted for the first time right here in the USA. So exciting. I shouldn't say this because you'll say I'm old, but I watched Pelé play. He played for the Cosmos. Do you know that? And Steve Ross was a great friend. I don't know how many people remember Steve. He was a legendary businessman. He really started cable TV. He was way ahead of time and ultimately passed away tragically. But he started the Cosmos team, and he wanted to get some good players, so he started with Pelé.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Pelé. Pelé was pretty good. Who's better?
Yes, you do. I think he is. But he was pretty good, right? Pelé was pretty good. But it was very exciting, and I went to the games. I'd go every once in a while, but soccer just didn't catch on. And then when Steve got ill, it sort of went away, and then it came back, and now it's just turning out to be amazing how it's coming back in this country. But the Cosmos were a very hot team, playing with other teams that weren't so good. But I got to watch Pelé play, and he was something too.
In the June group stage of that tournament, these players went toe-to-toe with some of the best teams anywhere in the world. You tied Egypt's best club, supposed to be an unbelievable, talented club, with a gutsy performance from veteran goalie Oscar Ostari, who played a great game. Then you tied the top Brazilian club, wow, thanks to a brilliant goal from one of the greatest strikers of all time, Luis Suarez.
Because it's true. It makes sense because it's true, bro. Like I said,
these are good-looking people. Marco, I don't like good-looking men. You don't feel so good about yourself standing up here. Good-looking people. In the 65th minute, Louis gathered the ball around midfield and turned for a vintage solo run, dribbling through the defense, driving past defenders like few people have ever seen before, cutting to his left, hammering home a goal that secured Miami's place in the next round. But no match in the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup was more important than the match against FC Porto.
Way. You can't get rid of the cash, bro.
An early lead,
why you want
but you came back strong in the 54th minute, tied 1-1. Leo lined up for one of his iconic free kicks. He struck the ball decisively, bending it over the wall and beating the keeper with a sensational left hook. Would I be able to do that if I practiced? He said, no, I think he's right, my friend. Great. In that moment, you sealed a truly historic Inter-Miami victory, becoming the first club from North America ever to beat a European club in official competition. Unbelievable. You know, I have to just interject. So, over the years, I love sports, and I've watched my friend A-Rod with George Steinbrenner. I'd sit in his box, just the two of us. He would never have anybody but me. He liked me, right? He liked me, and he liked you. He liked almost nobody. It would be a World Series when baseball was hot. It's not as hot now, I'll be honest with you. They do things wrong. But when baseball was hot as a pistol with George, and I'd sit and I'd watch the Yankees, and he'd have 30 seats, and it would just be me and him. And I said to A-Rod,
yes, he is.
Say, what was the most difficult thing you've ever done? I said, it's probably sitting for 3 hours with George Steinbrenner watching a Yankee playoff game or World Series game. You know what I mean by that. He was a difficult guy, but he was great, right? He liked me, I liked him, and we both liked nobody else. And that was a good combination. But I have to say this. So I've seen a lot of great players come into the world of sports, and they came in from all different countries, all different players. They've come, in some cases, just from different states. They come to the Yankees, or they come to the Dodgers, or they come to whatever. But I've seen them come in from other countries, and there's such a clamor. Oh, so great, everything's great, but they don't win. This guy won. He came in, there was tremendous fanfare, and he won. You know, right? But it's true, they don't win. They come in and, you know, they're great players and they can even play okay, but they don't win. And Leo, you came in and you won, and that's something very hard to do, very unusual. And frankly, there's a lot more pressure put on you than anyone would know, because, you know, you're sort of expected to win, but almost nobody wins. They come in, they're great, they're the best in the world, they get paid a fortune. You came in and you won with all that pressure. That's an amazing tribute, so congratulations.
That wolf is dangerous, bro.
Right? But in that moment, you sealed a truly historic Inter-Miami victory. And think of that, first club ever, North America, to top the so-called European clubs. Pretty amazing thing to do. Returning to the MLS, Inter-Miami built on that incredible momentum, playing a record number of games and scoring a total of 101 goals, the most in MLS history. Is that correct, Mr. Commissioner? Well, that's pretty good. How's Andrew? Is Andrew treating you okay? He's a good golfer, too, actually. People don't know it. He's a very good golfer, right, Andrew? But Trump's a good golfer, too, Andrew.
That's quite right.
Thank you. With 29 goals in the regular season alone, Leo won the prize Golden Boot, becoming the first player to be named the league MVP twice in a row. Amazing, you know, comes in, a lot of great players.
Okay.
Pretty amazing thing to do, very hard to do. Exploding into the playoffs, this team racked up a series of statement wins, big wins, that frankly wins that a lot of people didn't think they could do. You secured a 3-1 must-win victory over Nashville SC. You thrashed FC Cincinnati 4-0 on the road, and then you routed New York City FC 5-1, led by a hat trick from young star Tadeo Ayende. Where is Tadeo?
He's on the South Snake side of real danger. Yeah. Nah, boy, Trump sucks. Yes, he
What
do.
a group of people. We could have a lot of fun with these guys. You can imagine when they win how they celebrate. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. In that MLS Cup final against the Vancouver Whitecaps, the entire team played together as one flawless unit. Just flawless, they say. After Vancouver tied the game 1-1, Leo picked the pocket of a Whitecap defender and sent a pass to the great Rodrigo de Paul. Where the hell is Rodrigo?
Where the hell is Rodrigo? You hear this?
Do you have any bad-looking players? You know? I like the bad-looking guys much better. Who stuck a low-driving shot into the side net, taking the lead. And then in the 6th extra minute of stoppage time, Tadeo drove home your third and final goal, making the score 3-1 and securing your status as the first champions in club history. What an amazing accomplishment. Coach Mascherano became one of the few head coaches to win the MLS Cup finals in his very first year.
About everything, y'all.
And Leo claimed the 47th trophy of his storied career. 47th, can you imagine that? The most of all time. That's the most of all time. So Leo is the reigning FIFA World Cup MVP. You could have gone anywhere in the world. You could have chosen any team in the world, and you chose to go to Miami. I don't blame you. The weather's extremely good. Do you go to Doral? You go to Doral and play golf? And I just want to thank you for bringing us all in this ride, because you are hot and talented and a great person. I look forward to seeing many of you on the summer. We're going to be out there in the summer in 2026 FIFA World Cup. And we have a lot of interesting things, because we have the World Cup and we have the Olympics, so we have the 250, you know. And I was responsible for getting the Olympics in my first term. And I was responsible for getting with Johnny. We got the World Cup, and Johnny's a good man. Do we like Johnny? Do we like? I think so, right? Like you say, yeah, I think so. He's a good guy. But you know, they're setting records on the World Cup, setting absolute total. I guess many of you guys are going to be in it, but setting records on ticket sales, right? The numbers that, I mean, literally double what anyone's ever done before. So it's good. So they picked the right. But I thought that I didn't know that I'd be the president during this, because the election was rigged and stolen, and I had to do it all again. And then I said, hey, wait a minute, I just got soccer/football, and I just got the Olympics, so we got most important. I took credit for those two. Then I tried to take credit for 250 years, and it didn't play well at all with the press.
Yes, he is.
But we're going to have an amazing year. But I just want to thank you so much, Horace, for the job you've done. I've known you for a while, and I've known of you for a long period of time. You are a spectacular man, and please say a few words.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. To all these distinguished guests, secretaries, so many friends and supporters. On behalf of myself, my wife Aleida, my brother Jose, and his wife Patty, and my whole family who is here today, with David Beckham, I want to express to you what an extreme honor and privilege it is to be in the People's House, led by you, celebrating in the presence of champions, winners all. Because this championship was very, very well deserved, greatly played, and you're looking at one of the best teams on the face of the earth standing behind us. And this all became possible because we dared to dream. 7 years ago, Inter Miami was nothing but an idea and a dream. I remember after talking to Commissioner Garber and being awarded a team, we sat in the conference room of our family business in Miami and said to each other, what do we do now? And as the son of a man and woman who left Cuba, just seeking freedom in this great country, it has driven us to excellence. And we thought, what can we do to make a difference? What can we do that's special? And at that time, I told myself what many people thought impossible. I said, we are going to bring the world's greatest player to play at Inter Miami. And that was in 2019. And today, standing before you, you have the world's greatest player here to my right. Over the course of the last 2.5 years that he has been here, we've been on an epic run of records, of trophies, of winning. Because what I've wanted to establish with Inter Miami is a winning culture. That it be a reflection of our community of South Florida and Miami, made up of winners, of hardworking men and women, and I want our team to be an embodiment of our fan base and everyone who aspires to a better future and to a better life. On the back of our jersey, Mr. President, it says freedom to dream, because that's our family moniker and what embodies our team and our aspirations. But that all began many, many years before at the dinner table of our family with my late father, Jorge Mascanosa, and my mother, Irma, who is here today. And I speak now in tribute to our parents' generation. And I share that with Secretary Marco Rubio, of men and women who fled communism, who fled tyranny, who wanted a better life for their boys and their daughters and their sons in the future. And at that table was instilled in us that if you work hard and you sacrifice and you dream, it can be possible. And today, standing before you, Inter Miami is one of the world's biggest clubs. Most based on history, but our history has been short. But having a winning culture, having the best-selling jersey on the face of the earth, making a global difference, and not only because of Lionel Messi, but these men standing behind you have changed the culture of football in the United States of America forever. We can play with the big boys, we can be heavyweights, our league can be one of the top leagues in the world, and it is this ability to dream, to persevere, to have no obstacles ahead of us that we will continue to be successful. And hopefully, Mr. President, this is not our only visit here celebrating an MLS Cup championship. But this team is an embodiment of that. And I want to thank you to be able to express this to you, to so many dear friends, loved ones, and global fans all over the world. We fill stadiums everywhere. We're playing this weekend against DC United at the Ravens Stadium in Baltimore, because we'll have a sellout there. We sell out everywhere we go. We open the season in the LA Coliseum with a record crowd. But it is our aspiration to continue breaking barriers, to putting no limits, to making sure that Major League Soccer and Inter Miami over the course of the next few years is considered with the elite of global football. So with that said, Mr. President, thank you. Thanking you for sharing this championship with us, that we can share it with our families in the People's House and we can share it with the world. Thank you.
Yep, you heard them. We're thanking them for everything.
And now we have some gifts we'd like to present to you.
Thank you.
This, Mr. President, says USA 250 on the front, which we have on our jersey. And this is Trump 47. Lionel Messi's number 10 is the best-selling jersey in the world.
See that job. Donald Trump. Donald motherfucking Trump.
The ball which we've made, which hopefully will have a rightful place in the Oval Office, and dedication of you dedicated for our championship. That's for you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And then, most importantly, this is a very, very special limited edition Inter Miami Pink Tudor watch. It's etched on the back with your name in a tribute to you, and special because
I see this
time
shit,
is a
right?
precious element. Time has a lot of meaning, I think, to all of us, and we wanted to give you that. And also, we have an additional gift.
Look at all this shit they giving them. Y'all might well give them a house. Fuck it, you know what? Give them a house now. Y'all get watches, jerseys, everything. Y'all gave them gifts for being a bad guy. That's crazy. Y'all giving this man a gift for being a bad guy, bro. That's crazy, bro. That is so crazy.
Number 32. But thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. And I want to just invite the team to the Oval Office. Very, very special place. It's sort of the center of the world, especially now, but always. It's the center of the world. We have a little present for you there. And anybody would like to come, you could just follow me on down there, okay? You'll see the Oval, and you'll have some fun. Thank you all very much.
Hey, now for real. That. Man, listen, man, I'm tapping in. Man, y'all see what's going on. Y'all see definitely what's going on. You hear me? Y'all see what's going on. But look, enough of that, man. Enough of that, man. It's time for an update of what's going on with this war situation, right? Let's find out what's going on with this war situation, man, before we get off live. Like I told y'all, YouTube family, I'm going to keep y'all update on everything. You hear me? I want y'all to know everything what's going on. And I want y'all to know when y'all tune into Yo Cuz podcast that I'm keeping it 100. You hear me? So that tune in and let's find out what's going on with this war situation because y'all know it's crazy, man. Thank y'all for tapping in, man, the Yo Cuz podcast. We lit. Let's go.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to stand right here today alongside one of America's finest, Admiral Brad Cooper, Commander of U.S. Central Command. We just had a chance to spend a couple of hours together, better part of 2 hours, going through the entirety of this operation, Operation Epic Fury. And Admiral, I want to thank you for everything you do and your incredible leadership, your dynamic thinking, the way you're attacking this problem set on every level. In just days of Operation Epic Fury, you and your team have delivered nothing short of devastating, precise strikes, taking out the better part of Iran's Navy, making it combat ineffective, neutralizing missile sites and launchers, and establishing total dominance over the skies we fly over. And
yes, bro.
Fly over.
That's why I'm keeping y'all update with this shit. You hear me?
And the mission is advancing.
I know what I'm doing. I'm keeping my YouTube family update, man.
Results-driven.
I want y'all to know this type of shit.
America demands. And you're delivering it in spades. You are the man for this moment.
This is horrible. Missing teeth causes a range of different problems.
Admiral Cooper, on behalf of the President, the Department of War, and every American watching, I want to thank you for the outstanding job you and CENTCOM are doing. Keep pressing the fight, and we are with you all the way. A few thoughts before I hand it over
a
to
dirty
the Admiral
jersey.
for an update.
Hey, bro,
Iran is hoping
they gave that man
we cannot sustain
two jerseys and a watch,
which
and
is a really bad
a soccer trophy, bro. You hear me?
You see, there's no shortage of American will here.
Nah, for real,
we
Mexico.
Remember and honor our fallen. Those 6 that we will soon welcome at Dover, who gave everything for their country in this mission. We remember them. But we remember them by rededicating ourselves even more fervently to this mission. Our commitment to our mission objectives only increases as our advantages continue to increase.
Or is it envision?
We've got no shortage of munitions. Our stockpiles of defensive and offensive weapons allow us to sustain this campaign as long as we need to. Again, our munition status only increases as our advantage increases. Our capabilities, we have only just begun to fight and fight decisively. Having a chance to hear from Admiral Cooper. If you think you've seen something, just wait. The amount of combat power that's still flowing, that's still coming, that we'll be able to project over Iran is a multiples of what it currently is right now when you add up our capabilities and those of the Israeli Defense Forces. And we have no shortage of authorities. The Admiral knows we have clear objectives with maximum authorities on the battlefield.
For real, bro.
The dumb, politically
There's
correct
going
wars
on,
of the past.
bro. There's a war going on right now. People is dying right now, bro.
With restrictive minimalist
This ain't no game. This shit real right now.
Our authorities, his authorities, CENTCOM's authorities through the president and myself are maxed out. Our capabilities are overwhelming and gathering still, as are those of our Israeli partners. Our munitions are full up, and our will is ironclad, which means our timeline is ours and ours alone to control.
Man.
As long as it takes to ensure the United States of America achieves these objectives. And as we flow more forces, and as we flow more capabilities, and as our munitions, as we're flying over the top, have even more devastating effects, we set the tempo, we set the timeline, led by the commander on the ground. Our ear is to the ground to listen to Admiral Cooper, what he needs, and what he needs, he will.
You gotta drink that water.
We are built for this fight.
I voted for Trump,
and we are in it to win it. And we have the right commander
Any
in the
new
lead. So
wars.
now
And-
hand it over to Admiral
And
Brad
he
Cooper to
lied.
give you an update right here.
Uncle Trump lied.
Mr.
Like you
Secretary, first,
always
thank you very
lie.
much and good afternoon and welcome to
Make
the
sure
Central
y'all drink
Command
y'all water,
headquarters,
though.
America's
For
war
real.
fighting headquarters. It's great
Especially
to
if
be here
y'all
alongside
smoking
the
weed
Secretary
and
and
cigarettes
representing
and
the
all
more
that
than
shit. Make sure
50,000 men and women in
put that
uniform
water up in
currently
you.
executing Operation Epic Fury. So, Mr. Secretary, first, thank you very much for your leadership and support and the very clear vision and objectives that you've given us to allow us to use overwhelming force against the Iranian terrorist regime. And thanks to all of you for attending today and welcome to Tampa.
Awesome, praise the
We are
Lord
now
Jesus Christ.
starting our 6th day of a
Yes.
historic mission to eliminate Iran's ability to threaten Americans. We are, if I could channel my inner Navy officer, we are at full speed ahead in executing orders given by leadership in Washington. The President and Secretary Hegseth have been crystal clear in their expectations, and
Hey,
we
y'all
are
go
at a
right
high
ahead.
level of
Look,
execution.
Benjamin, look.
As described by the Secretary and
Look,
earlier this
bruh.
week by me, U.S. combat power is building as Iranian combat power
But,
declines.
bro, they
Our
blowing
air
up
dominance allows us
jets
to hit
and
Iran's center
everything.
of
Look at this
gravity with
shit.
overwhelming power and reach. A couple of examples.
This was
In
Wednesday.
just the last 72 hours, America's bomber force has struck nearly 200 targets deep inside of Iran, including
this
around
shit.
Tehran. And in just the last hour,
Damn.
U.S. B-2 bombers dropped dozens of 2,000-pound penetrating bombs,
Man.
targeting deeply buried ballistic missile launchers. Notably,
Man.
we've also struck Iran's equivalent of Space Command, which degrades their ability to threaten Americans. Then, if I just look back over the last 24 hours of the operation compared to where we were at its start, ballistic missile attacks have decreased by 90%.
Yes, he
since day
is, bro. Look at
Drone
this
attacks
shit.
have decreased by 83% since day one. Having said this, we remain vigilant.
Bullshit, they getting there.
Our strikes against the Iranian Navy have
Yes,
intensified.
bro.
You may have heard the president say
No, for
just a little while
real.
ago
You see
that
that shit?
We've sunk or destroyed 24 ships. That was true
Shit,
at the
y'all
moment.
see that?
We're now up over 30 ships. And in just the last few hours,
In
we hit an
72
Iranian
hours,
drone
have
carrier
struck
ship,
over 200
roughly
targets.
the size of a World War II aircraft carrier. And as we speak, it's on fire.
In that country. Look at this
The
shit.
president gave us another task to raise or level Iran's ballistic missile industrial base. So we're not just hitting what they have,
This
we're
set the
destroying their
stage
ability
for
to
the
rebuild.
yes. You see
And
this,
so as we
bro?
transition to the next phase of this operation,
Wow.
we will systemically dismantle Iran's missile production capability for the future, and that's absolutely in progress. This is going to take some time, but our forces are well supplied, as the Secretary said, and we are absolutely ready
Nigga
to
said
prosecute
well
this
supplied, bruh.
mission decisively. Our combined joint forces have relentlessly destroyed Iran's air defenses over the past few days, and
Man,
they've continued
nothing.
hunting for more systems to kill.
Man,
Our air
yes.
defenders are operating at the very top of their game. I couldn't be prouder.
Look,
Shoulder to
bruh,
shoulder
missile
with our
right there.
partners in the region in many cases.
Missile right
providing
there.
the most integrated air defense network in Middle East
yeah.
history.
All right,
we are fighting to win. Through combined U.S. and Israeli combat power, we will continue decimating Iran's ability to project power outside its borders. And if I can just conclude by saying a strong salute to the brave men and women who are out on the pointy edge of this, really doing exceptional work. I just couldn't be prouder, and I know the American people share in that same pride. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. And with that, we'll take a few questions. Yeah, right here.
Oh, he just saying, bro, that they just bringing the war, bro. They bringing war. I know everyone doesn't believe in war, but it's going to be crazy. Yes.
You guys talked about what you asked for. And has there been any surprises from Iranian capabilities that you guys have seen?
They bringing that drama.
We're very familiar with Iranian's capabilities, and as you might imagine, we planned for it right from the outset, and I feel good about what the plan was. Like any good organization, we adjust as necessary to meet the environment, and we've made those adjustments. Absolutely. Right here.
One, was an American pilot shot down today in Iraq? And two, I've heard reports that there's enriched uranium stored in Isfahan. I'm also heard reports that there's not a lot of bombing there. Is that on purpose?
Yes, God is. You know that. Believe that.
As CENTCOM pointed out, that those reports of an F-15 being shot down are false. As you can imagine, Iran is doing everything it can to peddle in lies, deception, and inflation of numbers and reality, mostly to propagandize to their own people. Right? They've shut down the internet.
Yes.
They're hoping they can convince their own population that they're having success. One thing one of their leaders said recently is that 500 Americans have been killed, they claim. These are lies. The lies will continue. CENTCOM will continue to debunk those lies. So, and as often is the case in conflict, first reports are often wrong. As it pertains to nuclear material and things like that, one of the objectives the president has always said is that Iran will not have a nuclear bomb, nuclear capabilities, but we would never disclose what we will or will not do inside operational plans. So Admiral Cooper's got a plan. We're working that plan, and targets will be struck or not struck according to what we want to achieve.
This is crazy, Mo. We are already in war right now, bro.
Interview that he would like to have a say.
We are in war right now, bro.
Is this an expansion of your military objectives? Do you view it that way? And additionally, you spoke earlier today about how previous leaders have drawn resources from our hemisphere to the Middle East. How do you avoid that?
Well, there's no expansion. Ultimately, I think the president's having a heck of a say in who runs Iran, given the ongoing operation we have. So there's no expansion in our objectives. We know exactly what we're trying to achieve. I think today's a great example of what this War Department is capable of doing. I was just in another part of Florida today where we announced, America's countercourt.
If you're looking to learn how to trade, a community is very important. And I've joined previous
counter cartel conference, 18 countries coming together from Central, South America, and the Caribbean, coming together to fight cartels. That is something that is ongoing. We're focused there. We're focused in the Indo-Pacific. We can mass combat power. In CENTCOM, UCOM is able to support that as well. So we know we're laser focused on our hemisphere and our homeland. That's why we locked down the border. That's why we're working with partners to take on cartels. That's why we're sinking drug boats. That's why we're on the offense there.
Excuse me,
beautiful things about combatant commands is that, Brad Cooper's laser focused on Central Command, just like Frank Donovan is laser focused on Southern Command. We can do both. That's what a global power can do. Ultimately, this issue of Iran's nuclear pursuit and their unwillingness through negotiations to stop it was something President Trump has said for a long time needs to be dealt with. And after 47 years, he's doing something that no other president was willing to do. And we're doing it overwhelmingly, and we're doing it decisively.
Why they so happy for this shit, though?
Parts of the globe.
They is so happy for this shit, bro.
What we displayed yesterday, the Iranian ship in the Indian Ocean, sunk by Indo-PACOM, another combatant command, who coordinated with us in order to make that happen. So America's reach is global. Our focus here, though, these missions are narrow, they're scoped, and Admiral Cooper is well on his way to ensuring that we reach those objectives. Right here, yes, sir.
Do the Ukrainians talking about providing?
You are right about that. You right about that. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that because on every corner, that's who's on it.
How effective the Lucas drones have been, what kind of
At
targets
all.
they hit, and how much
No
that's
way.
helped, given that they're low-cost alternatives to the more expensive human. Go ahead.
Sure. I'm not familiar with the particular offer, but interceptors in general. We've had a number of new capabilities being fielded. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about it from an operational perspective of what those are. But I think you have seen.
And you already know.
Us kind of get on the other side of this.
You already know. You definitely learned about that.
If I just walk back a couple of years, you remember what you used to always hear? We're shooting down a $50,000 drone with a $2 million missile.
Yes.
These days, we're spending a lot of time shooting down $100,000 drones with $10,000 weapons from others. So that's one aspect of it. Lucas, indispensable. As many of you know, and if you don't know, this was an original Iranian drone design. We captured it, pulled the guts out, sent it back to America, put a little "Made America" on it, brought it back here, and we're shooting.
Keep a portable can opener. You hear me? For real.
Good targets.
Nigga, like you in prison, nigga. When does it end? It ain't gonna end.
In his first speech
after
the launch of the Operation Epic Fury, he addressed Iranian people and he said
we're gonna have to figure it out then, bruh. You right about that too.
Stay home. It's not safe. I want to know
you right about
if
that.
there's a timeline for that.
What we gonna do then? Shit, how we gonna survive?
How that is gonna
the bread, the sandwich meat, all that gonna run out. You hear me?
Protect the protesters. You know that they're gonna be shot probably, as we witnessed in January. That's what happened. How are you gonna protect and support the protesters? And Admiral, I have one question for you. How are you gonna minimize the civilian harms? We have a lot of evidence that
oh shit, we good then. We good. Canned food don't spoil for 7 years. Oh, we good then.
Purely residential
we good.
areas because their headquarters are bombarded.
No war. No, it's war going on right now. This is a new war.
Civilians, why you're attacking
this is
the
a new war right now.
Thank you.
That's just on the protests. Obviously, the Iranian people showed a lot of courage in those protests, and we saw the Iranian regime was revealed for what it is in the way they reacted to that. The world saw that. No one's done more than President Trump to reopen the opportunity for those who want a free Iran to do so. Ultimately, it's common sense, as he said up front. Don't go out and protest while bombs are dropping inside Tehran and elsewhere. So there will come a moment where he determines, or they determine, that it's the time to seize that advantage. But there's a lot of things we're doing,
bombs is dropping,
and the Israeli military is doing, targeting those individuals who are targeting those who protest. The more you do that, and you erode their will and you erode their capabilities, the more you create an opportunity.
But this is more important, though, because
I would just reinforce the point: we're targeting the people
right now.
We're targeting the headquarters and the people who are targeting the protesters first and foremost. And also just double down on the president's comments that he previously made to the people: stay in your homes. Keep things calm. Stay out of the way. There's a lot of U.S. and Israeli capacity coming over. We're hitting a lot of targets. The best thing for them to do for right now is just to lay low. Right here.
He telling the people to stay in their house while they bomb and shit.
Military action in the past has been taking in thousands of refugees into the American homeland, and I'm wondering if there's any safeguards put in place to make sure that the American people aren't having to have another wave of refugees from the Middle East or anywhere else come and stay here.
I think it's safe to say there's no plan for a wave of new Middle Eastern refugees to the United States of America. I think, as the president has pointed out for a long time, there are a lot of countries in the region who would be capable of providing that kind of support if need be, but that's certainly not something we're planning on. Yeah, back to you.
Yes, sir. Michael in Washington Times. I wanted to ask, I know, Semper Gumby is always a truism in the military. Did the British decision to refuse Diego Garcia have any impact on the mission itself? Did you have to adjust, or were you able to just completely, go with the mission without even worrying about that?
Well, as the president stated, it was unfortunate that that the Brits didn't, from day one, say, "Hey, go ahead and have access," but we got there. We got there, and that's now part of the way that we're operationalizing bomber runs. And it's part of when we say more to come, It's more fighter squadrons, it's more capabilities, it's more defensive capabilities, and it's more bomber pulses more frequently. The amount of firepower over Iran and over Tehran is about to surge dramatically. And part of it is that we're going to have even more basing. And it's not just the UK. We've had other friends step up, and we're grateful for that. Maybe one more right here.
Yeah. The Azeri president earlier today basically authorized his Minister of Defense to begin preparing troops for some type of retaliatory action after the airport strike. Has the Department of War and CENTCOM been working on deconflicting with the Azeri if they work or something in retaliation?
I'm sure there are plans, and I'll let the Admiral speak to that. But that does allow me to kind of address this idea.
I can't say facts about that one, bro. I don't know, bro.
Or there's chaos, and nothing could be further from the truth.
We're going to take over, bro.
What Iran is doing by targeting allied countries.
We got to ask God.
But otherwise want to stay out of this.
Let's take over now.
They've actually pulled them into the American orbit. So now you've got UAE and Qatar and Bahrain and Saudi and Kuwait and others saying, hey, we're with you. We'll shoot with you. We'll fly with you. We'll defend with you. We'll allow you more basing and other a lot of which we can't talk about and won't talk about. But it's actually firming up the unity of the resistance in order to focus exactly where we need to. So this idea that it's expanding or going, no, it's actually simplifying in a number of ways exactly what we need to achieve and how we'll achieve it. I don't know if you
I won't get ahead of policy in terms of what we might do. What I will point out is this is now the 12th country that Iran has attacked. 12 countries, and it goes right back to the Secretary's point. Those 12 countries are none too happy, and I look forward to working with all the partners who are willing to join us in this.
And I would just close by saying,
Mr. Secretary, what is your message to Americans who are concerned about security here at home with the change up that we're going to see at the Department of Homeland Security?
Well, I think Kristi Noem did an excellent job over there securing our border and keeping us focused on threats. And the president making a change. We all serve at the president.
No, for real, right?
Mark Wayne Mullen will do a fantastic
I
job.
ain't never know that they was going there.
But Kristi did a great job setting us up for success. So I don't have any concerns about whether or not the homeland will be covered down on. And I'll just end by saying I wish every American could get a chance to see what we see. I had a chance to go into the control room, into the Tactical Operations Center, go see these young men and women that are doing this, the dedication that they show at every level, the way they've refined their craft. I'm talking to a young colonel who's iterating on how we target and how we find and fix different aspects of what the Iranians are trying to do. If they don't know what they're up against. And if they think they've got it solved for, they're wrong. And ultimately, the combination of our ingenuity, the skill, the professionalism, the discipline, and then the sheer weight of the capabilities of the U.S. military, what you're going to see may look routine. It might start to be like, oh, another boat. Oh, another launcher. Oh, another drone facility. What it takes to do this with the precision that we do is world-class. No one else can do it. And it's world-class Americans. Like the ones I saw here, like the ones that are coming home that we're going to greet home, that are the engine of what makes our country great. And so I'm so grateful for folks like those here at CENTCOM, at Central Command, who are under your command. Thank you for your decisive leadership. And all I'll say to you is what I say to them, keep going. Because the president and myself, we have your back.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all.
I'm tapping in. And listen. It's going down right now. You feel me? We are at war, so stay ready. So you ain't got to get ready. You feel me? Make sure y'all sign up for the membership. You feel me? Tune in with me, y'all. I got y'all. Y'all know I stay lit. I come on 7 times a day, and y'all know I keep it moving. You feel me? I appreciate everything y'all doing for me. I appreciate y'all staying on live with me. I appreciate y'all conversating with me. I appreciate y'all giving me pointers of what's going on. I appreciate everything that y'all giving me, YouTube family. And I appreciate all the new subscribers that subscribe to the page. Thank you for all the support, man. I love all the support that y'all are giving the YouTube channel. But listen, I see y'all tomorrow. Y'all already know what it is. It's Lit Friday. Make sure y'all tap in. Gone.